Well, I was here yesterday. I just couldn't start early today, as I would say in Japanese, gomenasai. So I need to dust my equipment. It's very dusty. Dust my equipment. Very dusty. Super dusty. So I'm here today. I think, I spoke about craft and products and all those things yesterday, so you can take a look at the video that I did yesterday, or the live that I did yesterday. I spoke about how to complete a book. Okay, I know some people might not think a book is a big deal, but in fact, it shows you stamina and goal-driven process, and I think anybody in theory can actually do this. Hello, how are you? Ronco, long time. I hope you're well. Yeah, I've been busy with a book. I don't know, I think you guys, have you been watching the videos of me doing the book? Remember, I was speaking a while ago about playing video games, but also being the creator of characters for a video game. You could do that through a book. I finished, well, the painting is done. I just need to put the signature in on. I'm not going to put a number on it because I like to keep it as plain as possible. The frame is here. I do have a frame. Yeah, I don't want to do much more in the painting. I had some other ideas for it, but because it's a preset frame, I don't want to go like overboard, if you know what I mean. But as a crafty, artistic type of thing, going for a book, we lost our bunny, right? Our bunny is not with us anymore. So I had to write this book because I stopped everything because I thought it was important to remember her in a good way, So that's why the book was important now versus not doing it ever. I need to do the Kindle books next, which is the digital download, which would be probably a lot cheaper for everybody to deal with. And it's digital download. So the reason why I jump between art and music is because, first of all, there's some really crazy people that come on here. I don't know if you've noticed, but I have my moments with people who leave funny comments. And a lot of the times, the people that leave the funny comments most likely are relating to music stuff. And those are the people, not everybody is educated enough to be polite. When you come from a good family, your family teaches you respect and treat other people well and all that stuff. But I've noticed that there's a different boundary when it comes down to music-related musicians. And I know you play guitar, so you're not in that realm. I think you're a respectful young man, which is super important, right? Yeah. If the book is... yeah, I could make it digital. I thought about doing like an anime. These are all the things you can do. So once you have the characters and once you create, yes, you can do a movie, and then you have the music. So I produce the music, meaning I can incorporate the music into the storyline. Maybe not a movie, but more like a video. So edited version, I could make the character, like Dolce's not around anymore, so I'd have to find a way to make her move. I think there might be a way. AI might allow that. You could then, our cat's still here, right? Our cat is still here. But Dolce has passed away. I don't know, I think I might have told you that a couple of times, or people on the lives. I had to explain that she passed away, which is very sad, because I was hoping we were going to have her for longer, right? But it didn't work out that way, and during the time of me getting depressed, I thought, well, instead of getting depressed, let's do something about it and be proactive and write something in memory of her. So that's why I did this, and I stopped everything, and I thought this is the right time to do that. I also have a t-shirt that I made. I think you might have seen it. Hold on a second. I've done a few things. Let me see if the t-shirt's here. Don't know it's here. It might be in the closet somewhere. Yeah, so the t-shirt is in the closet. I would have to pull it out. Yeah, it's not here. But I can show it to you online. So I made from from these pictures, right? From these pictures, from these pictures and AI. So it's AI with pictures. So some of the, you can see, I took the photographs, right? And with Photoshop and a little bit of AI generated images, I was able to bring it together. So it looks almost like a real space, but not, I mean, yeah. That's what I went about doing. And before we had AI, I was doing Photoshop anyway, so I Photoshopped myself into another space before. So this is something I've been using for years now. I've been using Photoshop for years, right? Okay. And let me show you the shirts. So I would consider doing, yes, I would consider doing, that was the next step. I had to consider developing a, yeah. We just need to find a way to make her move now because she's no longer around. So it'd have to be more animated, right? She would have to be more animated at this stage. I have animation friends. It's just a matter of, I was going to show you, let me just see Amazon. Where's my Amazon? Where's my Amazon? Amazon, where are you? Where are you? Okay. Brand. So you can also go on to Amazon. These are all sold on Amazon. So you guys can actually take a look. See? My book's on Amazon. My 2 books are in it. This is the book that's on Amazon. There's another book. T-shirts based off the, you can see that. So these are all the things while I was taking a few moments rest from going live consistently, I was busy working. So this has been the next phase. And yes, you can incorporate, I think you might have to be over 18 to do all of these because they need like all the right details of you, right? So you can't just do this. If you're younger, you would probably have to have your parents help you with this stuff. So yeah, that's basically what's going on there. I may use this track for her song. I mean, if I'm going to do it, this was the last thing she heard. Do this quickly. This was the last track she heard. So she watched me compose this piece and she was in awe. So I may use this piece for her now in the end. I have to dust my equipment. It's so dusty. So we might use this song for maybe the movie. That's a good, or like a, you know, we have to think about it. I might adjust it a little bit, but yeah. So that song might go with this. We'll see what happens. To make it a little bit more interesting, I mean, I can see it being done, right? So instead of a book, we make, yeah, a video, right? So you're bringing all the elements together. I do think it's important to understand all parts of a vision, right? You need to, like I said, I was a teacher for art and music. So what I'm doing now on YouTube is I'm showing people how to bring everything together. Okay, so that's, right? I can see it being an adventurous storyline. I made those shirts. Yeah, thank you. The shirts were done on lower this. The shirts were done on Amazon. There's something that's called Amazon merch, okay? Yeah, it could be a short movie. I mean, Pixar does that kind of stuff. I just need to, like I said, I would have to bring some people together to manifest this, or I go AI and I develop these pictures to move in some way or another. So I have to figure out what I'm going to do next. But I think it is important to, you know, when you lose an animal or a family member, somehow you need to remember them in some way. Besides, like, you know, animals are a little bit more, a little bit difficult because it becomes like they don't express themselves the same way as humans would. So the music in the background, if you don't know me, I'm a multimedia artist. I produce music, I produce clothing, I create things like books that I can incorporate art into because I do art as well. So I'm basically what you would call a sort of a project manager, like event planning, project development, business development. Those are all the things I do. And this is just one other way. And I don't think I've ever spoken about writing books on here because it's always been music related, right? So this kind of opens that door to understanding what I really studied, and I studied the arts. I studied how to do graphic design. I studied how to put storybooks together. I studied how to do a little bit of research. I studied photography. All of these things is what I studied. The music I've been doing my whole life, so that's just part of me. If I don't do my music, I get like a little depressed. So the music becomes part of my process, if that makes any sense. How's your guitar going? Are you still doing guitar? I hope guitar is going well for you. I know it's a bit of a different day. I would usually do 3 o'clock. Sorry, I'm having my boba drink. Please don't drop. Okay. The last thing I need is for this to drop. Oh, goodness. Maybe it's safer there. Yeah. So don't forget to like and share the show because it always helps with the algorithm. I do enjoy having conversations, but it's also important to like what you're seeing, which is important. I'm just having a general talk today. Yesterday it was more craft and discussing how to create projects from small things like, I don't know, like making, like I said, making a book, a t-shirt. Then once you understand the graphics, you can create patterns like I talked about yesterday. Pattern making, hold on, I think I've spoken about this before, but let me do this again. I did it in the kitchen yesterday because I didn't need the space with too many crowded stuff. So before this was produced, I made the pattern with a drawing and a sketch. And once you get the sketch and drawing together, then you can sew. So if you know how to sew, you can make clothing next. But because you need to go through the manufacturing process, sometimes it's probably an easier idea to create something like a t-shirt, understand some graphic design skills, and develop things off of easy applications. You don't need to, not everybody sews, I understand that. Not everybody does music, I understand that. But something that is viable. You can sell this kind of stuff. Easy things that can be mass produced on a large scale, which would be t-shirts and books and caps, all of those things. Garments, a little bit more complex. I'm not going to get into pattern making, I don't think. I mean, I could, but I think maybe when this channel builds up a little bit more, I might talk about pattern making. That could be another thing. I can even make these, you see these little hair pieces? I can make these. This is easy to make. I can make a whole bunch of ears. Plenty of ears. That probably would sell really well, actually. I should consider that, making a whole bunch of ears to sell. Go figure. Marketing ears. Too funny. So that's basically what I'm dealing with there. My mom and my sister are coming down from South Africa, so I'm hoping that I could do like a live concert type of thing on one of my lives, most likely on, maybe on, I don't know, we'll see, on TikTok, I don't know, we'll see what happens. I don't know if all the platforms allow me to speak or discuss about other platforms, but I am anyway, because that's just how it is. So it's not going to be a long chat. You can watch the longer video like I did yesterday. About all these things, right? So And it's all about marketing. You know, everything that I do here, I honestly have not marketed on SoundCloud. Everything costs money. Everything you do will cost money. So if you can create stuff through the process before actually putting a lot of money into a project, start it up, develop it, and then when you feel confident enough, then invest into, you know, repurposing the money through your business or whatever it is you're doing. So it's not instant. You know, everything takes time and money. That's just how it goes. I've spent good money on everything I have here. It's not a lot. Not a lot of money, but enough to say that I've invested. It's taken me a while. I had other things. When I lived in South Africa, I had a bigger house. My parents lived there. I just wasn't prepared to live with them forever. So I moved out. That's just how it goes. You know, it's okay to have a space that's workable. I mean, it's only one person working here, so. The painting down here is already complete. So this is another painting if you haven't seen it. I'm going to bring this down a little bit. That painting was from my master's. Actually, I adjusted it a little bit. So that's frame and glass, okay? That's called recycling. You recycle the pieces over there. Watercolor. See, I have a thing for watercolor, right? So that's basically various things. And I'm not here to just entertain. I'm really here to just educate. It's an educational channel. It's not an entertainment channel. That's the point of why I'm doing this in the first place. Whoops. This channel is meant for educational purposes. So if you're wanting to learn something in the arts of different genres, whether like anything in the arts, that is what I'm here for. I'm here to help people learn. I mean, if you need to understand paint, somebody says, I need to learn a painting. Can you show me how to do this? Then I would use the live to show people how to do like a painting, and I did. I think I spoke about it on one of the lives before already, so it's not like I haven't. And the reason why I produce my own music is because when you're on social media, you gotta have your own music. Unless you're already like recognized and you're like Janet Jackson or something. Then, you know, okay, she's allowed to play her own music, right? But that's all about copyright claims, which is why I talk about producing your own music if you're going to be doing social media. So like I said, it's going to be a short live. I was on a 2-hour live on TikTok this morning and I'm absolutely tired. Like, I'm totally tired. It's called matches, and then I'm also going to be taking people to visit. You're okay. Go ahead and do your thing. I think this Friday I will be going over to like the Smithsonian area and showing people around on a live on TikTok. So if anybody's on TikTok and they want to see a museum, I'm going to be taking people to a museum space through the live. Maybe not on this one because I can't get paid on the lives yet here. I can get paid on the TikTok lives. So if I'm going to choose between which side I'm going to go on, I'm going to go towards where I get paid, right? So, yeah. So the TikTok lives do pay, and then I socialize with people who are doing the same type of thing as I am. I could, in theory, do it with Facebook, but I'm way behind on Facebook, and it's just too stressful. I think you already need a name to make Facebook really work well for you, you know? So yeah, that's basically it. I'm not doing anything too crazy. I would like to work on a piece again, but I think the focus was to make sure that this was complete for Dolce so that we remember her in some way, right? I think my husband walked out with his shirt, so I can't show you the shirt that I showed yesterday. But I'm going to link this live with the live that I did yesterday so you can see the progression from craft. And I spoke to somebody about making products like in India and how those are produced and what you can do with e-commerce and Etsy and all those things. So things that you can work from home and around the world is more or less where the world is going now, right? It's not just going to school and studying a course and going back to school to teach. It's opening up the horizon and using the social media as the advocate to help people learn, because that is the new learning mechanism, right? This is where you meet people from around the world and you can hear and listen to other people. Hello, how are you? Aaliyah, oh my goodness, hi guys. Yeah, I'm a little late. I don't usually do 4 o'clock onwards. I think today I was doing a TikTok live for about 2.5 hours, and then I had a Poshmark sale, so I couldn't do the 3 o'clock. I had to kind of set it back a little bit. I also did a live yesterday talking about craft. I'm what you call an artist. I'm an artist. I'm an art teacher, you know? And yeah, so that's basically it. Thank you for popping over. Yeah, it's, where did you say you're from again? Which part of this you said the States, right? I'm sure you said the States. I should not have my drink there. I should, in theory, have my drink on something that's a lot more stable. What if I put it here? Here? No, I'm a little nervous about that. Sorry, hold on. Gotta move the drink. That could spill onto my equipment and then we're in trouble. I'm gonna sit down for a few seconds to talk to you guys. I don't usually, I was standing a lot yesterday and then I was sitting a lot the other day. Here we go. Okay, so I can see you guys now. I'm gonna get a bit closer to the head. Yeah, I'm very tired. I'm sure you guys can see my eyes are absolutely like finished. So yeah, yesterday was a day on talking about Dolce, and you know that she passed away. So I had to write a book instead of doing music for at least 2 weeks. I was able to publish a book. Okay, this is, and the reason why I'm doing this as well is that I haven't shown people how to write a book yet. So this opens that door of understanding that I'm not just a musician. I'm not just a teacher in music. I understand the art too. So that is, I think what had happened in the other jobs that I had is that they knew that I did all these other things, but they always so if they had a project that they needed to do and they had me do it, I would never get the recognition. I would be the back end of the project and then they'd get all the recognition and they move up in the jobs. I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that anymore. No more helping other people raise their standards in their workplace. It's my turn. This is my space and I'm allowed to do this now. And I can speak about all these things because I've built this up, right? I'm talking to you guys who understand that you come in and you see something different every day, which is kind of cool. Not every day, but you know, that kind of stuff. But yes, I think, you know, if you do graphic design, if you need help with graphic design, let me know. If you need help with understanding photography, we had one of my friends on here for a live that spoke about photography and cinematography and digital arts and all that stuff, and how to bring everything together. So this is a good example of how to bring, yes, and Ronco did mention creating a video or a book, like a movie or a short film off of this basic storyline. So it's something to think about. I was thinking of finding a way to get her to move because we don't have her anymore, so we don't have any moving, we have moving images, but I would have to somehow make it look similar to these kind of things, right? So if I were to do a storyboard, the storyboard would then have to be certain parts in Alaska. So I might have to do like movements, maybe like an animation, like a movement animation of her going up the mountain with Dior in Alaska. And then maybe she's performing, she gets like a little tutu and she starts dancing with ballet dancers. So there, you know, or she's in like her bedroom, you know, that kind of thing. So there are things I need to think about. So I would, from each one of these pictures, this would have to be part of the story. So I would have to make like 3 different 3 different, not storyboards, but 3 different parts to one picture, or maybe 5 different parts to one picture. So I would have to advance the pictures through that process. And there is a way. I mean, I'm talking through it now because I do understand how to do that as well, right? So yeah, if you guys want to take a look at it, it's on Amazon. You're welcome to take a look. I'll put the link down. I also have the t-shirts if you want to see what those look like. But you know, everybody's watching the process in live motion, like developing. I don't just do it on a video. You guys are watching the process happen. So you've seen me, I don't know if everybody knows, but you've seen me produce some music. You've seen me produce the painting. Now you're seeing me put a book together, and yeah, maybe the next thing is after the book. It maybe is a cartoon or an animation or something. We'll see what happens. It's going to take more time, and that would probably cost a lot of money. So if it gets to that stage, we'll see what happens next, you know? So that's where I am. I know, I'm doing my little cat ears today. I was like, I gotta do something. But I'm not gonna just use the ears from the headset. I think this is an easier way. It's not as crazy. Like, I'm not constantly, it's hot. It's a hot day today, so I don't want to put something through my ears. So yeah. Thank you for subscribing. Oh, I appreciate it. Yeah, no, I do appreciate everybody that comes in and joins and participates in conversations and watches the process. I hope I'm helping you guys through questions on different things in the arts. Whether it's music, whether it's painting, whether it's photography, whether it's graphic design, whether it's writing a book, whether it's making beats. I'm what you call an encyclopedia of the arts. An arts encyclopedia in person. That's what I am. Yeah. I hope that you guys are enjoying these, you know, conversations, and it's giving you inspiration to work on some ideas for yourselves too. Maybe even a YouTube channel. Do you guys all have YouTube channels? Are you wanting to do you want to build up the YouTube channel? Make sure that if you do have a YouTube channel, create your own music. That's why I always suggest doing your own production. Because if you don't create, even if you're using GarageBand on your iPad or your phone, you want to make sure that your channel doesn't get banned if you're going to build it up. Make sure the channel does not get banned. And the best way to make sure that that happens and you don't get copyright claims, if you know where this is going, is to create your own music. That's why I keep saying, make the music, make your own music, so you don't have to worry about, because I haven't been flagged. My channel hasn't been flagged. Why? Because I do everything on my own, and I'm not hiring people to do my own stuff. You know, I mean, if I was showing somebody else's book and telling them that I created the artwork for somebody else's book, that person will look at the live and say, that is not your book, this is my book, and I can take you to court. So that's why you have to worry about copyright things. And that's why I keep saying, do your own stuff, do your own stuff. Make sure that you're creating your own things, because follow by example, right? If there's a channel that's healthy, and I mean, mine's still like at the beginning stages, and I'm doing a lot of videos just to even get to this point. And it's not generating money for me, mind you, but I do enjoy coming on live, and as you can see, yeah, you have a YouTube channel. I can't see the channel activity. I'll have to take a look at it later. But yeah, if you have a YouTube channel and you're creating your own music or you're creating your own animation, make sure you own the rights to that. Because that, in the end, can always be a problem and can be flagged on YouTube. In fact, any platform, in theory. Like, if you're taking other people's stuff and you're creating, like, the videos on other people's stuff, one day somebody will get into trouble. That's what I know. And this is why I try to just keep talking about do your own thing, and I'll show you guys how to put things together. If you want to build a little set, ask me a question on how do you build like the soundproofing, and I'll tell you, because I put that together. These are all the things I made. I made all that. I made the art. I know where to find the equipment. I know how to design spaces, because part of what I studied was interior decor. So in my university, interior decor was part of the process. We learned how to build furniture as well. So it's just a general, it's not going to be a long day. I think I did an hour and a half yesterday on my live. It's just to pop in and say hi, and I haven't forgotten about anybody. I wanted to get this done in 2 weeks. 2 weeks, a book is written in 2 weeks. If I were to hire somebody out and I found somebody to do the artwork, and then I asked somebody else to write the book for me, and then I asked another person to publish it for me, not only am I spending a lot of money trying to get everybody together to make it work, but in the end, you're losing money. You're not gaining anything. You've just lost a lot of money asking three different people making it yourself. Same thing applies for music. If you hire another musician to produce your own music, like other people are going through that. Like I'm speaking to people on TikTok, they're like, oh no, we go to recording studios and have people produce our own music or produce the music for us. I'm like, it's so much easier if you just learn how to do it yourself. Okay, and then, obviously you have questions on if you're going to be like a larger scaled producer or you're meeting other people within the industry, then sure, yeah, go into a production house. But there are ways to meet other musicians online. Look, this is another way. I'm meeting a lot of interesting people on TikTok now too, which is interesting. I've connected with one of my friends who just did a live with us from Indonesia. I knew her in high school, so we went to high school together. And more things are going to happen. So I'm excited to see the outcome of bringing everybody together on a larger scale through different platforms. That's what I'm doing now. I might not be getting paid here, but I'm definitely getting paid in other platforms. So it's a developmental process. You have to build one project up at a time. I don't think you can build all of them up at once unless you have one very successful, what is it called? A video that goes into craziness and becomes, I'm losing my mind today. It blows up basically on social media. And so in order not everybody reaches that. I haven't reached it yet. I haven't made one of those videos that has just gone crazy and all the platforms hit great success. It happens to some, but it doesn't happen to everybody. But I do think that there's a process, and once you understand the process of how to create it yourself, it's going to be a lot easier to make those things happen. I mean, you can do something really stupid and do really dumb things on here to make that happen, or you could be smart and think through the process and be wise about what you put out there, because once it's out there for the world to see. I don't want to be doing something like a headstand and slip on ice while I'm doing a headstand, and that's supposed to be like the final piece that everybody sees of me. I don't want to do it that way. I want to do it the right way. I want to do it where it's helping people, where education becomes a factor, because I do feel like, I'm older, and I feel I don't have kids of my own, so I feel like the world are like my kids and I'm supposed to guide people in the right direction type of thing. That's what I think. That's my personal. So because I don't have kids and I have fur babies, it's just something that I feel responsible doing for pretty much anybody at any time. So that's where I am right now. And I myself have gone through a lot of stuff. I have lots of stories to talk about and lots of experiences to teach and things that you shouldn't do, but social media, cuts it off at certain points. So you have to be very careful what you talk about on social media, which is another thing, right? So I'm going to love you guys and leave you here because I am absolutely tired, and now I have to go to the Marriott to do some stuff for my dad. So much work. It's like a never-ending story. Lots of footwork. So thank you again, guys. I'm just rounding everything up on this channel, on this live. I will be back in a bit, and I will hopefully tomorrow, maybe a little bit tomorrow. And you guys are welcome to look at the videos if you have any questions on how to go about doing things on your own. Like, this channel is all about how to build a business on your own. On your own, if you don't have anybody else around you. And you're stuck on ideas. This is where you guys can come to, okay? Thank you. Arigatou gozaimashita. Well, let me just do my Japanese bow. Arigatou gozaimashita. Matashita sayonara. And jane bye-bye. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.